Hey guys, welcome to Fandomentals. It is episode 56. We got a lot to share with you today. So hang in there and bear with me as I am solo today. All right, so as you can see, it is only me today. Blake is still on the road to recovery. Thankfully, I have AD here taking care of our new puppy. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into it with some Marvel. So here we go. All right, so the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is Spider-Man Brand New Day. So over the past week, we got some images of some set photos of Sadie Sink, and she was just like seen, kind of in the background, just wearing like this green and black coat, some camo pants underneath, like the coat that she was wearing, and then a pair of boots. There's been a lot of speculation as to what she could be playing. There was also another rumor that she has blonde hair in a different photo, but we don't know for sure if that is her or what exactly that is. So we're just keeping with the photo that you had seen. And hey, Blake, it's good to see you in the comments and on the road to recovery. So hello. So other than her, we also got to see Mark Ruffalo on set. And from this photo, like, and another one, you can kind of see that his face is like all bruised and bloodied with makeup. So clearly he's not in the Hulk stage. So what does that mean? Are we not going to see him at all as the Hulk, or is it just him just being Bruce Banner the entire time? So who knows? Super excited about Brand New Day. July 31st is close, but not close enough for me. So yeah, I really do hope that it does well, though. Elizabeth Olsen recently said that she would love to jump back in as Scarlet Witch, and if she had the opportunity to, she 100% would. Does that mean that she's hinting towards coming back in Doomsday? Does that mean that she's hinting to coming back in Vision Quest? Who knows? But right now, she's just kind of playing it as the I don't know if I'm coming back, like you guys don't know, and I don't know either, like that kind of stance. So I hope that we see her in Vision Quest, and that's, Tay's take on if she's coming back like at all. But yeah, Blake 100% would love more Wanda. So just fingers crossed on that. And yeah, some people are saying that Sadie Sink is going to be Punisher's sidekick by the way that they see her dress. But then again, like I had said, there was a rumor that she's got like some blonde hair. So is she going to be like a Gwen Stacy type thing? We don't really know at this point. So there was a little bit of a Jessica Jones season 4 tease. Brad Winterbottom, who is like the showrunner person of Disney Marvel, spoke on actually Brandon Davis's first ever live. So congrats on that, Brandon Davis. He did a live on his Phase Hero podcast, and Brad decided to kind of tease the fact that we might see a Jessica Jones solo return and he just said, and I quote, "It may be sooner than you think." Because Brandon Davis was asking him, like, oh, like, we know that we're getting Jessica Jones in the Daredevil season 2, Born Again. So does that mean that we're getting her again as like a solo project, or what exactly does that look like? We still don't know, but the fact that it may be sooner than we think, I'm really hoping that we are going to get a season 4 of Jessica Jones, and I hope that we get David Tennant back as the man in the purple coat or whatever they call him. I can't remember off the top of my head, because I think he's an absolutely phenomenal actor. So over this past week, the director of New Mutants, who is Josh Boone, he kind of was talking about like his traumatic experience on making the X-Men film. And he said that he would never make another one just because of how traumatic it was. Thank you, Blake. Purple Man. I was like, the man in the purple coat? He wasn't purple. I couldn't remember, but thank you. So yeah, Josh Boone was like, I'm never gonna do another X-Men. It was so traumatic. I don't think I could ever do it again. So, um, who knows if we actually are gonna see him do another Marvel project. But at this point, like, we at least know that it's not going to be an X-Men project that he's going to be doing. And the last thing on our Marvel media little topic is Fantastic Four First Steps. So we knew that it came out in theaters, did really well, and then it came out on video on demand. But now it is officially coming out onto streaming on November 5th. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, recommend you at least watch it because it probably has a lot to do with what's going to be happening in Doomsday. Just because we do know all of them are in it, right? So if you're planning on watching Doomsday at all, and are still on the Marvel kick, I at least recommend that you at least watch everything once. Yeah, AD, it definitely was a good watch. And Blake, yeah, I would love to watch it again, just because who knows? And yeah, it does feel like it's going to be super important because it feels like there's going to be teams that are going to be teaming up, and they're definitely going to be part of their own team. Maybe Reed Richards is going to bring more into what's all going on over there. So we'll see. All right. But that's it for Marvel. So let's go into some DC. The only thing that we really have for DC this week was that James Gunn was talking about the projects that are up and coming for the DCU. And it seems that he kind of really only focused on like four. We do know that he's doing Lanterns and it has been filming. He didn't really bring it up on this talk per se for some reason. But the ones that he brought up was Man of Tomorrow, which we know is going to be coming out on June 27th, 2027. Creature Commando Season 2 is still being made, written, all that good stuff. Mr. Miracle, which is going to be a DC Elseworld type TV series. It's going to follow the comic book story that's going to feature apparently 5 extremely powerful characters. I think that I remember reading that Darkseid is going to be in it. Don't quote me on that. I could be completely wrong. And the last one is Supergirl. That's coming out next year, June 26th. I still don't really know how I feel about Supergirl. But, dude, I'm going to watch it just because Superman, I thought did really, really well. And I feel like James Gunn has done a lot of really great stuff with Creature Commandos. So hopefully it will do good. But yeah, Lanterns. Oh yeah, and Clayface that's supposed to be coming out next year in October as well. And he didn't even talk about that. Thank you, Blake. I completely forgot about Clayface for some reason. My brain just, I guess, decided not to work. Hey, Jamie. And yeah, Supergirl, I just really don't know how I feel about that right now. Just because I really did find her kind of annoying. And Superman was really good, and it did pique my interest. And then Deontay's in the comments saying that Lanterns probably is going to be the best project, and he's wavering on Supergirl as well. So, those are the 4 that James Gunn just recently talked about for his DC projects. There's only 4 of them that he talked about, like I said, but like we said in the comments, Lanterns and Clayface is still a thing as well. So I don't know why he didn't talk about that, but we're going to go into Star Wars now. And yeah, Jamie, that's absolutely right. Yeah, that's kind of like, I guess, how we all feel about the Superman, Supergirl type thing. But the first thing that we're going to talk about on Star Wars today, actually, it was something that completely caught me by surprise. It's a Ben Solo kind of solo project. So Adam Driver actually pitched a Kylo Ren standalone movie. Lucasfilms absolutely loved it, but it was actually stopped by Disney. So a lot of people are like kind of upset about this. Like some Star Wars fans really wanted to see it, so they actually ended up paying for a plane to fly over. I'm not really sure where, but they had a plane fly, and it said like saved, and it says hashtag the hunt for Ben Solo. Um, so not only did they do that, but I was also reading that they had a gathering in Times Square to kind of really push that they wanted to see this happen. Star Wars fans, as in the they. Um, I don't know. I feel like Adam Driver did do well with Kylo Ren. I think he's a good actor as well. That I think that well written, it could be okay. But as to am I looking for it to happen? Not really. Am I really hoping that it's gonna happen? Probably also not really, if we're just being honest. But yeah, but like it might actually be good, especially because Lucasfilms was so gung ho about it and really interested into seeing, um, what could come out of it. I guess I don't know. But Blake said that he's not a huge fan of Adam Driver and he wants to see more Ewan McGregor. We all do, because that man is gorgeous, and I will see him more. If I could see him more, I would love that. If I could actually ever see him at a Comic-Con, that would actually be really cool too, and actually get to meet him because he seems like a really sweet guy. But the other thing that's in our Star Wars news for this week is there's going to be a Star Wars Advent calendar for this year, which got me really excited. Not so much because I do Advent calendars really so much anymore, but because of what it is, and uh, it's like lightsaber hilts. Um, which is really, really cool to me because they're all like mini lightsaber replicas. Um, and if I were to want to get an advent calendar, this is probably going to be something that I would like because I'm not really so much a chocolate fan, only if it has like almonds or peanuts or even like I guess like fruit even, but there has to be something to cut said chocolate in it. Um, but yeah, Jamie, I absolutely do want it. And yeah, she doesn't really do advent calendars either. This said that it was available while supplies last, and it's $100. So I feel like it's totally worth it because you can see from just like the standalone lightsaber hilts, if you were to buy those separately, like they're like $30 a piece. Um, so if you're getting, 12 of them or how many ever's in the advent calendar, because it didn't look like a full 25, uh, that it would be worth it. I don't know. But that's it for the Star Wars news, and we're gonna go ahead and go into our educated wish. All right, so I've been talking about Gen V so much, and the finale aired last week, so episode 8, season 2. We don't know yet if we're getting a season 3, just because the showrunners want to see how the response for season 2, like the whole season, does before they even invest into a season 3. They have plans, but that's all we got right now. And this season 2 lines up directly into the boys that we're getting next year. So, off the rip, I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys know if you haven't watched it, I am going to spoil it. So, if you're not interested in hearing about it, mute or something, or if you're watching it in the future, because that happens, just go ahead and skip this part to probably about like 3 minutes from now. But yeah, Gen V goes absolutely hard. So, right off the rip, like, it's been an absolutely great show to watching the character arcs and really getting to understand what the Resistance has been up to and doing with the Starlighters. And Odessa, like there's like a Project Odessa that was been going on, and we got to understand more about that. And then we get to see this really weird like burn victim that was kept in Cypher's like locked vault. Come to find out in this episode, or actually in the last episode, at the end of it, going into this episode, that it was Godolkin, which AD and I actually ended up figuring that out, and we were like, yeah, that's probably Godolkin. And then he got healed, and come to find out, he's bad. Sage has been helping him this entire time. If you remember, Sage was the one that was uh, she was in the boys trying to like help Homelander in the scheme of how she wanted things to go. But as we saw with that one and how we saw in this episode, anybody who doesn't listen to Sage is stupid, because they ended up Godolkin ends up dying at the end. But so does Cypher, who was being run by Godolkin. His actual name is Doug. He had a really sweet moment with, oh God, what is that man's name? The guy with the that can do the metal. That was Andre's dad. Starts with a P. I don't remember. But he was driving him to the hospital, and Doug ends up dying because Black Noir just randomly shows up and like stabs him, and is actually a really big fan of, thank you, Polaris is his name. And yeah, it like Doug was saying like how strong Andre was, and how it was just like a really great experience to actually get to know him, even though he was under the control of Cypher, or underneath the control of Godolkin while he was Cypher. But he ends up getting killed by Black Noir. Black Noir then captures Polaris, and then completely like fanboys over him, which was actually really cool. And at that point in time, you saw Sage walk in, and this is after Godolkin was like, I got one last class to teach, completely derailing her plan, because Sage asked Godolkin to move into her apartment in the 7, and he was just like, yeah, I could do that, but I have one last class to teach. And at the end of it, like I said, he dies. So after all of that happens, and we see, I'm not going to go into detail because it's really gross, about how they all get into the room and end up fighting Godolkin. So after that happens and Godolkin dies, they end up going, fleeing, and Polaris is like, I'm gonna stay here and handle this. So everybody leaves, and Annabeth, who is the sister, um, ends up like saying that she's gonna stay, that this is like her life now. And it was really sweet because at first she said that she didn't want to be part of her life because of like anytime anything bad happens, like she's around, and it's like really sad. And then it to turn into this last episode, the character arcs again, like I said, amazing. That they actually like are now planning to stay together. And then lights start flickering. You see Starlight fall, like, or not fall, but like fly right down. And she ends up just talking with them. Then all of a sudden, A Train runs up. And yeah, we are on our way to The Boys. It didn't really feel like a finale just because it is going directly into The Boys, which makes me really happy because now I have a lot to look forward to because we know everybody from Gen V is going to be in The Boys. I don't really know how they're going to be incorporated yet, other than the Resistance. And yeah, it definitely makes you get pumped for The Boys season 5, which I need sooner rather than later because it's just really good. The next thing that we're going to talk about is Wicked for Good. So we know that this is coming out November 21st. As we can see with my shirt, huge Wicked fan. Elphaba is my favorite. And everybody has seen part 1. We're getting now part 2 on November 21st. But they were starting to, like the producers and marketing, they kind of just started saying, hey, like the Cowardly Lion is going to be voiced by somebody that's like a really big known actor. Just stand by, like you're really gonna want to see it, so go to theaters and see it. But then all of a sudden, it got leaked or they released it. I'm not really sure what happened. And we found out that Coleman Domingo is going to be casted for the Cowardly Lion for Wicked for Good. Already super excited for this movie, just because I love the Broadway musical. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this, and I can't wait to see how Coleman Domingo does this. So AD said, my question is that we're learning about Homelander. What's going to make him a problem for Marie? Ooh, I don't know. What are we going to learn about Homelander? I don't know. Maybe like the V in his system is going bad. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Because Marie is OP right now. You are correct. Especially because she is like healing people and she's doing a lot of blood bending. And who knows how that's gonna go. But yeah, Blake, as with the Wicked, was not expecting that big of a name, but very happy to see it. And Jamie, no, I don't watch Dancing with the Stars anymore. I did hear that it was like really good, but I don't really know anything else about it. There is a big bad fight that is coming. Yeah, I mean Homelander could kill him with his quick speed. She Ben pled. That could be more strategic. Yeah, I'm hoping that she does become more strategic with how she's going to do whatever she is and going to end up doing. But yeah, Wicked, got news about that. Super happy about that. Just because Coleman Domingo is like just a really big name actor, and he has been doing a lot of really great things. And as we saw in Spider-Man, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, he does really good with voice acting as well. So I'm really excited about that, really. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is Screamboat 2. They officially announced that Screamboat, if you guys don't remember, that was when Mickey Mouse, like he is free domain now. So people have been making a bunch of scary movies about him. So Screamboat was with him. But now they're making a Screamboat 2 because Minnie Mouse is now on the free domain. So yeah, it's gonna be amazing, I think. It is ridiculous. And is it your Screamboat Willie? Hashtag your Screamboat Willie. um yeah. But anyway, something to look forward to just because it seems ridiculous. I don't think that I've actually ever seen Screamboat 1 yet. I did watch a Mickey Mouse slasher flick. I can't remember what the name of it was, but I don't think it was Screamboat, because there was no boats in it. So I'm gonna say that I didn't see Screamboat. But if any of you have in the comments, go ahead and let me know. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is something that I have been absolutely geeking out about. Finally got Blake on the train because it is just an amazing show. It's called Shrinking. So we officially got words that season 3 is going to be released on January 28th. Yeah. So Apple TV, not Apple TV Plus anymore. They removed the Plus for a sleeker look. But I'm super excited because I love Shrinking. It is just all around a great show. Shout out to AD for putting it on and us getting just completely entranced in it. And I'm going to hate the fact that I'm going to have to watch this episode by episode because there's no way that I'm just waiting for it to come out until like waiting for it all to come out and then watching it. Yeah, it is a perfect blend of comedy, drama, and emotion. But yeah, completely hooked from episode 1, season 1. It's a great show if none of you have watched it. So something that we've been talking about on the podcast that I was really excited about seeing. I don't really know how excited I am about seeing it anymore. I am going to watch it once it comes out onto streaming. Is Tron Heiress. Apparently it's not really been doing so well in the box office. It's actually slated for Disney to lose like $132 million. I don't know. It looked really good, especially because it's like Tron brought here, and it like I don't know. Maybe it's just because nobody was expecting it. Maybe people are not really big fans of Jared Leto's right now. I'm not really sure as to why this hasn't done better because the soundtrack is absolutely amazing. If none of you have like heard it yet, the Nine Inch Nails, they actually put out their album for this before it even came out, or might have been the same day that it was coming out. But it looks really good. And it sounds amazing. It does. Well, okay, so it does look cool, not good. Okay, a fair point. I don't know if I'm going to Tron for plot. Same thing with like Transformers. I'm not going to go watch a Transformers movie because I need plot in my life. And there's like a bunch of movies like that for me. I guess at this point, Fast and Furious would be like that too. Um, Not that I've really seen a whole bunch of them, but I don't know. I still would like to see Tron Ares when it comes out into streaming, though. Just because of how hectic my life is right now, I'm not going to theaters, except for Wicked. I'm 100% going to theaters for this. That might be the next time I actually end up going to theaters. But yeah. Uh, it said, so Blake said, I've seen people online saying it's 50-50 with the love and hate, and that people spoke that it's good, but not as good as Legacy, but still good. Okay, but like Legacy was also like, what, 10, 11 years at this point? I don't know. It I don't know if I so much like cared for the plot. I was also there for the music for Legacy because I think Dead Mouse was the one that did the soundtrack for that, and it was a phenomenal soundtrack. Um, yeah, AD says that he wants to see it still, but it's not high on the list. And Jamie, you had said it's Jared Leto for you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. Was Legacy really 15 years ago? Damn. Daft Punk. Sorry, not Dead Mouse, Daft Punk. Wrong EDM group. My bad. I feel like I just shot myself in the foot. But anyway, uh, I will be keeping you guys updated as to when Tron Ares is going to be coming out on streaming because that's when I will be watching it, and I'll probably do a little review for it too at that point. Um, for all of you board game nerds out there, there's this board game called Catan, where you kind of need to like build like your own, not so much road, I don't think, but there's like different like plots and stuff that you have to do and resources that you have to get. But it's all about like building a settlement. Um, but anyway, Catan, the board game, is actually coming to Netflix. It's going to be coming as a movie and a TV series, both animated and live action. So this is at the top of Netflix, actually also announcing that they're doing that series for Assassin's Creed that we talked about, and a Monopoly reality competition series, which makes me question so many things as to how are you doing a Monopoly reality competition series? Like, are you fake buying like businesses? Is there going to be like actually Baltic Avenue and Boardwalk? Isn't that another one? Park Place. Um, Sorry, my brain is just like trying to remember all of the different like spots that you can land on. There was definitely one in North Carolina, I think, as well. North Carolina Avenue, Pennsylvania Avenue. There's also the railways. Anyway, I'm interested to see what they do with the Catan because it is a really fun board game. So if you are looking for a board game and you haven't played this before, I recommend it. Just because it is fun. So I wonder what they're actually going to do with a movie and TV series, like how that's gonna really look. I'm more interested in the animated one for this, not the live action, but we'll see what they come out with first, because I'm excited to just see what they do with it. Not so much like, yeah, really excited to like watch it immediately, but like I still want to see what they do with it. Excited, interested, I guess is more the correct word. Um, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is It Welcome to Derry. So a lot of reviews have been coming out. People have been saying it's good. Some people are saying like it's too much of a side piece to the actual movies itself. Uh, but say what you will about it because it looks interesting. Comes out today. All like 9 episodes come out today. So I will be binge watching that before our next one. But in order to um, market this, they started having creepy clowns popping up like all around the globe. So this one is in Madrid, that you got to see a clown. This one's in Paris, as you can see the Eiffel Tower is in the background. And I have another picture of New York, just like a clown on the steps in New York. Um, I love that. I love that they're getting out into the real world and marketing something. Um, but yeah, I am really excited to see that Pennywise is back and get to see what they do with it. Like I said in the last podcast that we did, it does have very much 60s vibe. Um, with the cars and the set itself, the costumes and everything, and looks really interesting and it has a lot of my attention. So Predator Badlands. We just got an update about this and that it's going to be rated PG-13 for strong sci-fi violence. This comes out on November 7th, and I'm really interested to see it. I don't know if I'm going to be going to theaters to see this. I think I might have to just wait for this to come out into streaming, which is fine because I'm not really that much of a Predator fan. Prey was amazing. The movie that they did that was animated, The Killer of Killers, that was amazing as well. I really like the way that they did Alien Earth. Alien Romulus has been really good, was really good as well. Um, so I don't know, like I am really excited about this movie, and to see what they do with it because this director has been he put out Killer of Killers and now he's putting out Badlands because he really wants to get to what's coming next. Um, but yeah, sorry, going back in the comments. Jamie, you had said that speaking of Pennywise, Deontay, there's the first episode of Expedition X, and it's all about Stephen King's hometown. Oh, and inspired by it. I didn't even know that this was a thing, so I'll have to add this to my list and maybe actually watch it. There's a Mr. Scorsese documentary that's on Apple TV, and I think it's like 6 episodes or something. And that I think is going to be the next thing that I watch. But it is definitely the first thing that I'm going to watch. So supposedly, it is going to be in the 60s, and then season 2 is going to be in the 30s. That's interesting. So they're going back in time. Okay, that's definitely very interesting. Oh, Blake, you want to see Predator in theaters? All right, all right. We'll talk about that offline. um, yeah, definitely would like to. Yeah. 100%. But yeah, so Predator Badlands, apparently it's going to have strong sci-fi violence, which means it's PG-13. November 7th is when it comes out. So I'm looking forward to seeing what people think out of it. Of course, I'm always along the lines of make your own decisions and go see it for yourself before you actually believe what people are saying, which is why Welcome to Derry, I'm just like, all right, people are 50-50 about it, but I loved both It movies, or all three, I guess, if you're counting the Tim Curry one, which I always do. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what they do with this Predator Badlands, because it does look really interesting. Over the past week, we also heard that Crystal Lake, the TV series, has officially wrapped up filming, and it's going to be released at some point in time in 2026 on Peacock. So this is about Jason before he becomes Jason. Um, so I'm really excited for this. Of course, it's on Peacock, and I have Peacock, so I'm going to be watching it. And I mean, the poster itself looks really good. I didn't know until today that um, it's from like the same producer, I think, as like Hannibal or something like that. And I absolutely love that TV series. It was amazing. If you haven't watched Hannibal, go watch it. What are you doing with your life? But um, yeah, if it has the same like kind of creepy vibe that Hannibal did, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this, and I don't want to be let down by it. But who knows? Who knows at this point? I don't know. So the next thing I want to talk about is Stranger Things season 5, the 2-hour series like premiere, or not premiere, sorry, finale. They said that not only is it going to be, um, on Netflix, but it's also going to come out in theaters. So for those of you that on December 31st, if you're looking for something to do other than, New Year's Eve stuff, they are having it come out into theaters. So yeah, I'm hoping this is really good. And I'm assuming, Blake, you're talking about the Crystal Lake, because I do also hope that it is really good. Um, and as for Stranger Things, I really do hope that this is good and it feels like a finale. Because I do want it to just be like, all right, we're good, we're done. I feel fulfilled, and like I'm not scratching my head about it. Something that I really didn't see coming into just the news that happened this week was that Phantom of the Opera kind of came up. And I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about Gerard Butler and his singing in Phantom of the Opera. I absolutely loved it. I listen to the soundtrack every now and then again because I just find it really powerful, very moving. It has a lot of emotion in the songs. And that's just me. That's completely fine that not everybody feels that way. Everybody has their own opinion, even if it's wrong. But um, Guillermo del Toro, who is doing Frankenstein right now, or that's about to come out rather, he actually expressed interest in making a Phantom of the Opera. I would be really happy if he did this, honestly, just because I think that he is doing really well with like horror, and I feel like you can make Phantom of the Opera into a more of a horror. Um, yeah, so that's exactly how I feel about that. Oh, AD, you would see this? All right, big bet, a big bet. I'm holding you to that. When we get more words, I will let you know. But yeah, I think that I can't wait to see Frankenstein. Um, and see like the monster that he actually creates, and Oscar Isaac, and how he's going to be playing the Frankenstein. Um, I think it's going to be really interesting, really spooky, and I feel like he could do a lot of those elements into Phantom of the Opera just because of what it is. Oh, Jamie, see, I knew that we get along for a reason. I absolutely did love Gerard Butler as well. And I don't know if that's just because that's just how I felt because I was like, I think in middle school when I saw it. I don't know because I'd still rewatch it to this day and feel the same. I don't know. Maybe that's just nostalgia at this point. But Phantom of the Opera, I liked it. I guess hot take of this podcast. So the next thing I want to talk about is Fallout Season 2. We know this is coming out on December 17th. Ella Purnell recently in a interview was teasing that Lucy, which is her character, and the Ghoul, which is Walter Goggins' character, go on a buddy ride at some point in time in this series. So I was really excited to hear that because I think that the two of them are hilarious and I would like to see more of their chemistry. So we also got some posters that were released. I grabbed only 3 of them. There are 4 of them though. If you're looking for the all 4, they are on the Fandomentals Facebook. So this is the first one. So you got Lucy in the middle, and it looks like we got some Raiders for this one. And you have the Ghoul in this one. I like that they have one of the Raiders with like some sunglasses. And then you got Dog Meat. And he's with some like scorpion tails. And I'm really excited because we're gonna get a Death Claw in this one. Oh my God, babe. Oh, okay. So AD in the comments completely said something that is making me very happy because I didn't think about it and he just said it and this looks amazing. Um, not a Baby Billy buddy ride. If anybody hasn't seen The Righteous Gemstones, Walter Goggins plays a character named Baby Billy. I absolutely love that. That makes me laugh. The new posters do look sick. But yeah, those are the posters that we got for Fallout Season 2. And December 17th is closer than I guess like all the other news that I've been talking about, except for like Wicked and Predator. But I don't know. It's just it feels like so far, but I'm so excited to see season 2 because I feel like we've been waiting forever for season 2 to come out. Baby Billy Buddy, it should be its own standalone special. But we are getting a Baby Billy, allegedly, right? We're supposed to be getting a spin-off from the Righteous Gemstone of just Baby Billy, and I'm really excited about that as well. Because I do love me some Walter Goggins. I will say it. I will scream it from the mountaintops. So a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about Miami Vice and the fact that they're doing a remake. This is supposed to be coming out on October 7th, 2027. So they originally had a 80s, like a 1980s crime TV show. They remade it into a movie in 2006 with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. But the news that came out this week is 2 characters that are in the talks to play the 2 cops. And you have Austin Butler, who is supposed to play Sonny Crockett, and then you also have Michael B. Jordan, who is supposed to play Tubbs in the movie. So this movie that's coming out in 2027, or at least set to coming out in 2027, it's actually going to be set in the 80s. And if anybody knows anything about me, Taylor loves the 80s. So I'm really excited to see this because honestly, I've never watched any of the Miami Vice anythings. But I did grow up in Florida, which makes me feel like I have done somewhat of a disjustice and I need to watch that. But that duo would 100% be fun to see on screen, and I think that they would do really well with the comedy, but also seriousness of the roles. I don't know. Does Miami Vice have comedy? I feel like it would have to have comedy, at least a little bit to like spice it up. But yeah, I guess I have some homework to do to. I think I'm just gonna try to find like the movie with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx just so I can have an understanding of what like Miami Vice actually was, because I don't even know if you can find the TV series. But yeah, I feel like I have to watch either one of those before I actually go and watch the movie, and it's like all the way out in 2027, so I feel like I got some time. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is Nightmare on Elm Street. So there isn't a remake that's actually like supposed to happen yet. Nobody's like picked it up for anything, but the director, who is Chuck Russell, um, said that he thinks that Jim Carrey would be an amazing next like Freddy Krueger, which I think would be really cool to see, just because I feel like we've seen Jim Carrey do a lot of like serious roles, funny roles, and I feel like he would be able to pull it off. Oh, the 80s TV series is on Apple and Prime. Huh, interesting. Okay, well, I bite my tongue. Maybe I'll have to watch the series too. We'll see. But yeah, AD, that's exactly what I thought, is that it could be really cool to see Jim Carrey play Freddy Krueger, because I feel like he would really give it his all and really get into the role like he usually does. Um, so I would be interested to see like that actually happen, and the fact that they're talking about it, like the Nightmare on Elm Street like original OG director is talking about it. I wonder if they're actually going to do it. I really hope that someone does pick it up and go for it as well. Other than the Sonic franchise, what has he done? I thought he was done with acting. I don't know. I didn't know that Jim Carrey was done with acting. I never heard that he had um like retired or anything. I guess it has been a minute since he's done any type of acting other than like Sonic. Um, but I don't know. Maybe he'd come out back for this because it's something that's new and that he hasn't really done. Um, for him to play a slasher character, Freddy would be the perfect one. Yeah, I feel like he could really step into the shoes of any slasher character. Um, but I feel like he would add a little bit of like interesting comedy, if anything, to Nightmare on Elm Street. And don't come at me. I've never seen any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. But yeah, it's spooky season, so I guess I should at least watch one of them before October is done. Jim Carrey's interesting take. Yeah, I could see him pulling it off. Absolutely, Jamie. I absolutely agree. I feel like he could. Now, as like I said, I've never really seen any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets, but um, you see clips, reels, memes, and really just people talking vines back when those were a thing, um, of Nightmare on Elm Street. So he, I feel like Jim Carrey really could do it well, though. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol. Um, so recently, Ty West, who is the director of X and Pearl, cast Johnny Depp to play Ebenezer Scrooge. And why this is really awesome and cool is because Johnny Depp hasn't done anything since 2018. So if we all recall, that was when he went through his Amber Heard Depp v. Depp um, court case of defamation. Not to go into anything with that. You know, whatever came out of it came out of it. But this is going to be his first role, like his first actual major role since 2018. He's going to be playing Ebenezer Scrooge. And this is supposed to come out on November 13th, 2026. I think he's a great actor. I think that he does a lot of things really well, and I think that he could really pull this off because we've seen him do a bunch of makeup and a bunch, and then just like take on these characters and really do cool things with them. So I think him playing Scrooge, it would be really cool. But on top of that, when I was doing research about this Christmas Carol, because I saw it on Facebook and I was like, there's no way that this is true, and then Googled it and did some research, found out that Johnny Depp was actually coming out and or coming back out and doing a new major role. But on top of that, there's another Christmas Carol that's being made. So the person that is making that is Robert Eggers. And if that rings any bells to your ears, that is the same person that did Nosferatu. So he is planned to direct the other Christmas Carol that's coming out. And the person that he has in talks for doing Scrooge, like the Ebenezer Scrooge role, is Willem Dafoe. So I think that that would be really cool as well. Just because, like, dude, like I feel like Willem Dafoe could really also play that role really well. But this is gonna be oh, why is no one talking about Hyde? That is right. He did just come out with that, right? Or is it coming out soon? I can't remember when Hyde's coming out, but it does look really cool. I did see the trailer for that. But we don't have a release date or any really other news about the other Christmas Carol other than the one with Ty West and Johnny Depp. The one with Robert Eggers is kind of just like he's going to do it, but he's working on a movie right now called Werewolf, and that's currently filming. That started filming on September 8th. The stars of that are Aaron Taylor Johnson, Lily Depp, and Willem Dafoe, and that is supposed to release on December 25th, 2026. So that'll like, I feel like the other Christmas Carol with Robert Eggers directing, I feel like that one is going to be after the Ebenezer one with Johnny Depp. So I don't feel like it's going to be like too many Christmas carols at once. Maybe like the Johnny Depp one will come out in 2026, and then the Robert Eggers one will come out in 2027. Who knows at this point? They don't even really have an actual name for it. They don't have a release date. They don't have any actual characters attached to it yet, or actors, sorry. So he said directly like after Werewolf is when he's planning to really just like focusing on his Christmas Carol. But yeah, I think that Johnny Depp coming back and doing Ebenezer Scrooge is going to be really cool. I can't wait to see what kind of prosthetics and makeup and what they're going to do with his face to make him look more Scrooge-esque. So after that, the next thing I'm going to talk about is Crazy Rich Asians. They are making a TV series. It was like originally approved, and then nobody had been talking about it for a while. So Jonathan M. Chu, who is doing Wicked, recently said like, "Yep, still working on it. He's been focusing more on Wicked right now, but with it about to come out in November, I feel like we're gonna get more news about this TV series and really what they're gonna do with it. I've never actually seen the movie. I've heard that it's really great. I do know that I do need to see it, and I have no reason as to why I haven't watched it yet, other than I've just prioritized other movies in my life. But yeah, been meaning to see the movie, but still haven't. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, Blake. Is that I just like, yeah, I want to. It's just I just have to sit down and actually watch it, and I just haven't done that yet, which is okay. Like it happens. Another piece of educated wish that I'm going to be talking about is this Becoming Eddie documentary. So Eddie Murphy uh, is really iconic, right? He has like all of these things that he's done. He's done acting, he's done stand-up comedy, he's done I'm pretty sure singing as well. And there was an official trailer that just came out for this movie or this documentary, and it's going to be coming out on Netflix. It's on November 12th. And in it, like, you get to see Eddie Murphy actually speaking about, like his life. He's never actually apparently done this before, so this is the first time that he's actually like making a documentary and sitting down and actually talking about things. Dave Carell, or not Dave Carell, wow, Dave Chappelle. Oh my God. Yeah, Dave Chappelle is another comedian that was interviewed, and you can see a little piece of his interview in the trailer as well. Um, but he does so Eddie Murphy does some um, kind of like some pieces of like Shrek, where he was doing like in the trailer you can see him kind of doing like some shadow puppet thing, and he's like using the donkey's voice, and it just looks really cool. The I Like Me, yeah. So the John Candy I Like Me documentary was absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it, we didn't get to talk about it just because we've been away for a couple of weeks on Fandomentals, but it was an absolutely phenomenal documentary. So if you have time to watch documentary, it was very powerful. It was a very powerful documentary. I wasn't in tears, but it definitely did have me in my feels. And I do love Eddie Murphy and excited to watch the Becoming Eddie doc. Yeah. Um, I didn't know that he was I guess like um so like I didn't know that Eddie Murphy was a dad. I'm gonna be honest, like I didn't know. But in the trailer, he kind of like touches on that, and you can see him in the kitchen in his trailer in the trailer, um, like with his kids, I guess, just running around, and it looks really interesting. I love documentaries. I'm all about my documentaries, so I can't wait to watch this as well. So the second to last thing that we're going to talk about today is the Carrie TV series. Mike Flanagan, which you have heard me say his name time and time again, because I love that man. Um, Mike Flanagan just got finished filming Carrie, the TV series. It's supposed to be released soon. We don't really know anything more about that, but it's just supposed to be released soon on Prime. Um, I'm super excited about that, just because I love Mike Flanagan. I love um, the I don't know, like the spin and his storytelling and everything really that he does. I really do think that he's a phenomenal director. Um, and I can't wait to see what he does with Carrie. And I hope that it is bloody, but not like too gory that takes away from the series. But I also don't think that he would do that, because you've seen the Bly Manor, the Haunting of Hill House, the Fall of the House of Usher, Gerald's Game. Like each one of those had its own bloody type scenes, but I don't think that Mike Flanagan would make Carrie too much. That it would just be like, oh, it's too gory. Kind of like Saw for me. Um, I feel like Saw, I guess another hot take of the podcast today is that Saw is too gory just for the sake of being gory. Just, I don't know. That's how I feel. Um, but I feel like Mike Flanagan has a really good give and take of that he can make it gory, but it's not too gory. Like if you haven't watched Fall of the House of Usher, watch it. If you're okay with gore, because there definitely is some gory parts of it, especially the dance party that happens in the abandoned warehouse. That's all I'm going to say about that. It is definitely gory, but I feel like it's worth it. It definitely does really great storytelling. Um, yeah, pretty much anything that he puts out, I do look forward to it. Absolutely. Um, yeah, after Saw 2 is pretty much, yeah, torture corn. Yes, torture corn. Those poor corn. But anyway, the last thing that I'm going to talk about today is the Crime 101. Um, This is a movie that is coming out on February 13th. Um, oh, Midnight Mass. Oh, and Oculus. Yeah, see, those are both really, really good. Yeah, dang, he's just really great. But yeah, so Crime 101 is a movie that comes out on February 13th. It has Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, Mark Ruffalo, Nick Nolte, just to name a few. But this trailer does look really epic. It looks really, really good to me. Um, but I'm excited for this. I put it on and I was just like, ooh, this looks really cool. Yeah, I love Halle Berry, and it's like three big Marvel heads are coming and doing a different movie that isn't Marvel. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to see that. But yeah, Jamie, I absolutely agree that I love gore, but there needs to be a good balance with the story. Like actually have a story. Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's it for the podcast today. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me and hearing me out as I ramble on for an hour. Um, it's super great to see you guys in the comments and helping me out, especially when Blake's out. Blake, get better. I need you back. But other than that, thank you so much again for tuning in and peace.